All right, guys, little different view today as I'm not at the office. I am here drinking a little bit of sacrament, and I'm toasted up, and I am ready to hit you mouth breathing dumbasses with a matchup preview. Now, of course, before I get to that, quick rundown on last week. I beat Reese's ass as everybody knew I would. Reese had no chance against me. The Rams suck, and I won. So, since it's not real life football, Reese can't complain about the refs. He's just going to have to take the L like a man and move on, even though he didn't even have the courtesy to wish me well or say congratulations or any of that. I wouldn't expect any sportsmanship from a fucking foreigner like Reese. So there you go. Reese gets the big L against the league champ. You got Kevin knocking off Jared, and I mean, really wasn't as close as the score. Jared with another lowly 80-point effort just sucks. His team sucks, guys. I don't know what else to say. Your team sucks, Jared. So, Jack, your team doesn't suck. Beats the shit out of Steve. One of the biggest ass beatings of the week. Second biggest ass beating, only to me destroying Reese. Huge 95-68, just crushing Steve, who's, Steve's on the ropes. He might be contending for sticker bitch again. We'll see. And Senior knocks off Tony Jr. I mean, who doesn't? And then Jason beats Joe in the lowest scoring matchup of the week. You should both be ashamed of yourselves. Now, this week, I got Tony. And again, usually I don't spend a whole lot of time on my matchup, so I'm not going to again. Tony's going to lose. Bold prediction on Tony's side of things. I'm going to go positive for Tony because there's just not a lot positive going for him, and I just want to keep them good vibes for him. So I'm going to say Drake London keeps it rolling. Another 100 yards, another touchdown for Drake London. Is it going to matter? No. And it's not going to matter because my man, Rashee Rice, is back, and he's going to put up more yards and multiple touchdowns. Rashee Rice going to finish the week as the wide receiver 1 in fantasy, en route to me beating Tony. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I can spend a little more time on these other matchups. Reese versus Kevin. Well, I see Reese is still hoping Puka plays. He's not going to. Puka's going to sit. So Reese will have to play Jordan Addison. Not the end of the world. Jordan Addison's a fine substitute. Jacksonville's tough defense. Without Puka, can the Rams still dominate? They didn't look that good against Baltimore last week. I don't know. So, Rico Dowdle too. Now Chuba Hubbard's back, and I expect Rico to maintain the number 1 back role, but I don't expect him to be getting 27 carries. Let's go bold prediction. I'm going to say Chicago Bears defense gets Reese 12 or more fantasy points. On Kevin's side of things, holy cow, I can't believe you're actually starting Aaron Rodgers. What year is this? Holy shit. Aaron Rodgers sucks. So horrible play. Yeah, I get what you're thinking. It's Cincinnati. Trey Hendrickson's out. It doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers sucks balls. Speaking of sucking balls, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4.7 points last week in a shootout with Kansas City. Is Amon-Ra cooked? The people are asking. I'm just asking questions that people want to know the answers to. That's all I'm doing. I'm just doing my journalistic part. Does Amon-Ra suck? You guys let me know. Tony Pollard definitely sucks, and now he's the backup to Tyjae Spears, who outsnapped him 62% to 38% last week. He's younger. He's more explosive. He's just better. DeAndre Swift picked up a groin injury yesterday in practice. He's not going to play, so he'll have to play Trey Tucker, Kendrick Bourne. I don't know. Kevin's team's just dog shit. So bold prediction, I'm going to say Courtland Sutton has a serviceable week, 90 yards and a touchdown. It's still amongst the dumbest things I've ever heard in fantasy. Kevin saying, "Oh, I don't want to trade Courtland Sutton in a deal for Jackson Smith and Jigba because Courtland Sutton's got a good schedule coming up." Durr. Good Lord, dude. JSN's a Seahawk. That's what makes it even worse. Like, man, okay. Now, who's going to win this one? I'm going to give the nod to Reese because I think the Rams do get it done against the Jags. So ultimately, Reese, when the Rams do well, going to be tough to beat. Now, we go on to the Freemasons versus Silicone Steve, the Minion King. So Jared versus Steve. Matchup of the week here. Grudge match. Let's start with Jared. Drake May, love how he's playing lately at Tennessee. He should have a field day. Travis Etienne is downright not playable. He's not quite droppable, but he's approaching droppable status. Not playable, though. You got to find a way to throw somebody else in. Jameson Williams, anybody. Etienne sucks. Breece Hall doesn't suck. They have him way over projected, though. 13. Carolina's actually a pretty damn good defense. I don't see that. Justin Jefferson should benefit from one more week of J.J. McCarthy not being out there. Lad McConkey, if Huge is back, he's going to suck. Nico Collins is going to suck at Seattle. Goddard, you hope he gets into the end zone. Kamani Vidal, hopefully he keeps it rolling. So my bold prediction is going to be that Kamani Vidal does keep it rolling to the tune of another 130 total yards and a score. Now, Steve's side of things, you got Dak Prescott, should do very well against Washington. A.J. Brown's not playable at Minnesota. If I traded for him, I would bench him. That's, full disclosure. You can't play him at Minnesota. That's an absolutely horrible matchup. Chris Olave at the Bears. It depends if they play him in the slot or not. If he's in the slot, he's not going to do well. If they move him around, he'll do fine. Kenneth Walker, another guy, can't really play him. He's dog shit. Jordan Mason's dog shit, and he's facing Philadelphia. Pacheco is downright not rosterable. Steve's got him in his starting lineup. This is embarrassing. What a horrible, horrible situation. So my bold prediction is Steve scores less than 70 again. En route to Jared routing Steve. I think Jared has a bounce back week, scores over 100, beats Steve by over 30. Now, who is Jason the Fag, Alex, versus more like Gaytriarch? And Jason's got Zach Ertz, I guess, for tight end. That's fine. I mean, you're just trying to shoot a fish in a barrel there. You're just trying to catch lightning in a bottle. That's what you're trying to do on a Mississippi River evening, trying to get some of that moonshine and the pumpkins and the thing. That's what's going on. So Jamar Chase tonight is not going to do anything in the Chase Brown showcase game. It's going to be all Chase Brown all day. Quentin Johnston sucks and he's hurt. Alvin Kamara sucks and he's hurt. And he's playing the Bears. I mean, come on. The Bears just shut down Bill Krosky. You think Alvin Kamara is going to do anything against them? Baker Mayfield is, he's been doing okay. He's no Pat Mahomes, but he's putting up numbers and he plays Detroit, so he ought to have a good week. Brian Thomas Jr. faces a terrible Rams secondary. I expect him to do just fine. And my bold prediction is going to be J.K. Dobbins is a top 5 running back this week, has a monster game against the Giants. Hang on, I'm a little thirsty. Okay, now on to who is Jason the Fag. Danny Dimes, I don't know. Against the Chargers, not the greatest matchup in the world. I might go look into free agency if I were you. Your wide receiver situation is pretty good this week, although George Pickens is overprojected with CeeDee Lamb coming back, and Jalen Waddle's not playable because the weather there is going to be horrific. Mike Evans should cancel out most of Baker Mayfield if he plays. Quinshon Judkins should smash in a horrible weather game. Bill Krosky, who the hell knows, man? He had a smash spot last week and he sucked. So you would think he would do well against Dallas, but he's already proven that he's capable of flopping in an easy matchup. Tucker Kraft sucks. He's living on touchdowns. If he doesn't get a touchdown, he's not going to give you anything. Even when he does score a touchdown, he's getting like 10 points a game. So highly overrated pile of dog shit, Tucker Kraft. So my bold prediction for senior, I'm going to say Quinshon Judkins has his first 30-touch game because the weather's just going to be horrible en route to a huge game for Quinshon Judkins. It's basically Judkins versus Achane in that game. They're both going to get all the work they can handle. Who's going to win? I'm going to go with Senior in this one. I think Senior gets the dub. Jason's team loses because it's just not that good of a team. And also, Chase Brown. It's going to be Chase Brown. It's not going to be Jamar Chase tonight. You guys are going to see. You're going to be able to fact check this in real time, just a couple hours. Now we got Jack versus Joe. Captain Jack versus Internal Revenue Service. And Joe with a full lineup projected at 75 points. Holy hell, that is bad. Joe, I might send you a trade offer. I'm inclined to help you. I might have to help you, Joe. I'm looking here. I can't help but feel a little responsible because I didn't do enough to warn you about how stupid and bad the footballers are. And you just look like you followed their advice to a T, and your team sucks because of it. So let's dive into this trash heap here. Rashid Shaheed, gross. Devonta Smith, toughest matchup in football at Minnesota, gross. Bo Nix sucks. I don't know why you're not picking up different QBs every week at this point. Bo Nix is a streamer. The Giants are actually a horrifically bad matchup for quarterbacks. They've shut down Pat Mahomes. They've shut down Justin Herbert. They are tough against quarterbacks. They have a ridiculous front four. They get a shit ton of pressure. Bo Nix is going to have a horrible game. Darren Waller not playable. Again, the weather there is going to be horrible. You don't want any pass catchers on Cleveland or Miami. Woody Marks is the pass catching back. Awful play. Jahmyr Gibbs should do okay against Tampa Bay. I don't love that they just talked up Monty getting more work. That's not ideal. So let's go bold prediction. I'm going to say Joe is the lowest scoring team on the week because look, I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing positive I can glean from this. This team is just horrendous. Maybe I'll send you an offer, Joe. Maybe I won't, though, because I'm having a hard time looking. I don't know if I can look at this team long enough to put an offer together without throwing up. Really bad. Now, Jaden Daniels should smash Dallas. Although he did fumble the game away against the mighty Bears. To the Bears. Cheers. T. Higgins is ass, and he will be ass tonight. Garrett Wilson is out. He's not going to play, so you might want to get CeeDee Lamb into your lineup as he is the best player on your whole fucking team. Stephon Diggs should be fine this week. Jonathan Taylor should do very well. Monty, like I said, they're trying to get him more work. So my bold prediction, David Montgomery outscores Jahmyr Gibbs this week. En route to Jack defeating Joe. Joe's only hope is trading me Jahmyr Gibbs. That's his only hope. So I'm going to send you a Jahmyr Gibbs offer. Just go on in there and click accept. So there you go, guys. Cheers and have a good week. I will see you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday for the recaps after I beat Tony's ass. I feel bad about it. Tony's going to be 0-7. Just know if I lose, I let him win. So there you go, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.